So we live in the era of distractions where everyone wants our attention, like social media, websites, news channels, advertisements. They all fight for attention. And now being able to focus for a long time, it become skill that we should hone in order to learn something or accomplish some task when work and studying or somewhere else. I personally find myself distracted for a lot of times, especially when I do some work that takes a lot of focus, or that's work that's more boring and it's much more harder, so therefore it's much more easier to be distracted for me. But in this week I have midterm exams that I started to prepare only last week, and therefore I will focus only on exams in this week. So if you are also finding yourself distracted for a lot of times and I cannot focus, just follow me along, because I will share some tips that personally worked for me, and also some popular and widely used techniques that across the internet people recommend. So the first tip is to off notifications on your phone fully, and at least to put it in the sleeping mode. When you just on your Wi-Fi or on the internet, you will be bombarded with infinite notifications. So there is a study of University of California, Irvine, reports that on average it takes 23 minutes to get back to the task after getting distracted. And second tip is to be able not to open Instagram. So we have a thought that if we not open the Instagram, we will miss something, this idea, but subconsciously you don't know what you are going to miss. And we have a thought that I will miss some latest updates of the world, or my acquaintance of my friends, or something else. Before I had a thought that if I miss one day on Instagram, I will miss so much information, but subconsciously I don't know what I was going to miss. And then I realized that actually there is nothing to miss. And actually I remember some people who say that they have similar feelings about Instagram, and yes. And personally, I recommend to delete the Instagram for a week in this exams week, because maybe it's kind of test, and you will realize that there was nothing to lose in this period in a week. So the next tip is to reply after a while to your friend or someone else, someone who DMs you. We too often open our phone when someone DMs us, and it's another distraction. And for example, you will reply, you will miss some important message, but actually there was no rush, and especially if there is a new message, you try to reply, or at least to just see it via this notifications bar, or these especially on Telegram, there you just hold your finger and you can see the chat without being read the message, this cursing method. So therefore, if you have a message, there will be nothing if you reply after a while. Nothing going to happen. Feeling that you're a slave of your phone, you open too much, you just depend on your phone. Know that you probably won't succeed in your exams. Therefore, try to avoid this. Try to get rid of this slave thing, because it will help not only in your exams but overall in your life, I think. So you should have this degree of control that will help you, that will lead you to being able not to open Instagram, or overall just be able not to see and miss your phone for several hours. So also you should give a reward for yourself in order to keep motivation, in order to be able to focus for a longer period of time, and just set up small these rewards for completing small tasks, small milestones. So basically we're human creatures, and if we gotta get some reward for completing any task, naturally it leads to getting some dopamine, and that naturally leads to getting motivation to continue the task. And for example, if you are too dependent on your phone, you can just set for yourself reward to check your feed, see some stories on your Instagram, and just check messengers, maybe someone DMs you. So this wallet tips I personally use, and I think it's quite short video because I have midterm weeks and I also feel myself not quite well. And I think you can just recognize that from my voice. And but I promised myself to be consistent on YouTube for at least 2 years. So it was Murat Amir Hamidov, and I will see you next time. Bye.